All right, it is Hello Again Wednesday. This is episode number 76, and as you can see, I'm in a different location than my office. I am downstairs and just kind of doing some things, trying to figure out some technology and stuff to some other things. But I am so glad that you took this time to join me on Hello Again Wednesday. And so I'm going to see if I can keep a lookout for some comments and stuff. And I did post a question of the day. I don't know if it worked or not. I think I can even, there's a section here of activating your poll. Where was it at? It was right, where was it? It was that one right there. Oh, I can activate the poll. There, the poll has now been activated. And so we'll see what happens throughout this broadcast of Hello Again Wednesday, number 76, called Rise and Shine. I'm so glad that you guys join me in the fact that you watch week after week, and some of you are commenting. Go back and check out what people are saying to every time I do a question. I do a question every time, so see what people are saying. I know that my mom reminded me of last week's was something about, I was talking about Shakey's Pizza, talked to another friend and stuff, and with Shakey's Pizza, that episode of birthday restaurants or restaurants of special occasions and what takes place, my mom reminded me that when me and Trent were really young, we went to summer school, and of the best thing of summer school was on Tuesdays, my mom would pick us up. It was half day. My mom would pick us up, and we would go to Dog and Suds. And so if you're in the Rockford area, Rockford, Illinois, you know Dog and Suds. We would go to, in fact, you can buy Dog and Suds root beer anywhere. But Bevmo, you can, we would go to Dog and Suds, I believe it was, for their cheap hot dog and a small frosted mug of root beer. Those were some of the things that are in the comments last week. And so go ahead and leave your stories, especially with the one for today. But I appreciate you guys watching over and over and being a part of this. You can see it on our church website. You can see it on our church Facebook page. You can see this on my YouTube channel, Brent Miller, What's on His Mind. And you can catch up and see all those throughout the time frame and stuff of what we're doing. I just bumped stuff. Hopefully things are still rolling. It is still rolling. And so all is good there. Hopefully I'm not peeking out on my sound guys for you. But anyways, just checking that stuff out. And so go ahead and be a part of it. Hit the subscribe buttons, hit the follow buttons. That way you can be a part of this, especially live when we take it. Be a part of it. And I just see the poll is up there on the live thing. I do like, I want to see if anybody clicks, I smashed my alarm clock. Okay, so check this out. All right, so I am so glad you're here. Please click and share, and this will keep being a lot of fun to me. All right, so question of the day: how do you get up in the morning, or whatever time you get up? Because I know some people, they go past that morning hour, they sleep in, and they're all of a sudden it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. How do you wake up is the question of the day. Okay, how do you rise and shine, whatever way that is. Okay, so in thinking of that thought process, it takes me to the 60s with a great television program. I don't know about you guys. I'm a fan of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Had Mary Tyler Moore in it, Rob Reiner, even Dick Van Dyke's brother came into it. Jerry Paris went on to be the producer of Happy Days. Just some great actors in there. And there was an episode on the Dick Van Dyke Show, and it was Rob, that's Dick Van Dyke's character. Rob had worked all, late into the night doing the television program with, and I can't remember what it was called. But anyways, and so he loved to sleep in on a Saturday morning. And so he would tell Laura, which was Mary Tyler Moore, his wife, that he wanted to sleep in. And there was one Saturday morning on this episode, she came in, she woke him up, she wanted him to have breakfast with her. and he's all whining and whimpering. Oh, and he's so tired. Please let me sleep in till at least until 11. It was 9 o'clock, or almost 9 o'clock. Please let me sleep in till 11. I can't do anything until I sleep that long. And so she's upset. He goes back to bed getting his way. She goes out the bedroom. She comes back in, and you know those old black and white alarm clocks, you know, that have that bell that rings and stuff like that. She comes in and she twists the hands of the clock 2 hours ahead to about 1 minute to 11. She goes out the door. Rob, Dick Van Dyke, he thinks he's got his way made, and a minute passes. The alarm goes off. He jumps out of bed. He is so refreshed and happy for the day to start. He's doing his jumping jacks. He's doing his morning push-ups. He's like, oh, what a great morning. It felt good to have those 2 extra hours. And Laura comes in saying, hey, what would you like for breakfast? And he's like, breakfast? You waited for me? She goes, yeah, I'd love to eat breakfast with you. And he goes, whoa. And she goes, well, by the way, it's only 9 o'clock. And I'm paraphrasing. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. But he really wasn't. That's a great episode of Rob waking up on that. I'm tired, but he's not really tired. It was a great episode. And so that was one of the ones that I enjoyed. As I talk about revelry, however you pronounce it, where you blow the horn, there are people that, especially friends of mine, family members, will have wake-up stories from the military. Okay, where you would hear the horn. You know, in fact, there was times where, and correct me if I'm wrong, where there was bases that we lived on. There was the morning, you heard it over the loudspeakers for the wake up call, and you also heard the evening taking down of the flags. And I'll just shoot this out there. I'm trying to remember. You had to stop what you were doing. Talk about flag respect. Or respect, period. You had to stop what you were doing as that evening horn was being played over the loudspeakers, and you had to, I believe the military personnel had to face the direction of what would be considered the central area of the flag, where the flag would be located, that's being pulled down. You military people, correct me if I'm wrong, or go ahead and chime in. I say, I'm going to back up way up. Why? Because you guys are my special guests. You know, when you have podcasts or whatever, this ain't a podcast, but when you have things like this, they bring guest speakers in and stuff. I can't afford stuff like that. So you're my special guest. Tell me your stories. So there's military people that can tell stories like that. But it brings me to the late 90s, I believe it was, maybe early 2000s, but I think it was the late 90s, where, if you're a Robin Williams fan, now it's popped into your head. In the military, what was the famous movie? Good Morning Vietnam! And for us military brats or military personnel, you had that understanding when he was doing that movie. That movie was based around a radio station, AFN, Armed Forces Network. And I did enjoy the movie, but not just a plug on that movie, but the thought process that you had him doing the Good Morning Vietnam, big loud intro. And I can remember things being on AFN. That's how we listened to Casey Kasem, the top 10 or whatever it was. Or Night Sounds with such and such was on AFN. I'm trying to remember. It's many, many, many years ago. Okay, so for waking people up and the wake up things. You know, during the school year, for me, I would have these wake up things. I would wake up my kids. They'll tell you this. I would wake up my kids way long time ago, because my kids are adults now, I would wake up my kids every morning. Now I'm waking up grandkids the exact same way. The thing is, when I wake them up, it is with, I almost have a different line every morning, especially, so now let me help you here. School days, there's 180 school days in the year, so 180 different lines that I have. There might be some special occasions where we're doing some things, and I would do a wake-up call for them and stuff like that, for the grandkids. And it's never really the same. It might be in close proximity. It might have some similarities, but never, I don't believe, have I ever repeated the same opening of wake-up call for any of my kids or grandkids. The only thing that would be common in it would be get out of bed and go to school. That's the only common things that would be in my wake-up calls that would take place. Another section of, I got two more things of wake-ups, okay? Because I was in Boy Scouts, there was reveille in the morning where I hope I'm doing the right one, where it is the wake-up call at Boy Scout camp. And now, as I went through the thing of Boy Scouts, as the older Boy Scouts, it was more fun to wake up the younger Boy Scouts. And so, so please don't bash me. That's so mean and stuff. This is what we did in Boy Scouts on some Boy Scouts. And so now there's probably some Boy Scouts listening. There's some former Boy Scouts, former Boy Scout leaders, or let's go into the realm. Hey, at Girl Scouts, how do you do the wake ups? Okay. And so I know are stories in that area of how to wake people up to get to the flagpole before breakfast at Boy Scout or Girl Scout camps or whatever. Last one. It's that same thought process with teen camp. I was a counselor, activity directors, and stuff like that at teen camps in central Illinois. Loved it. I still promote camps today. In fact, I'm going to be involved in a younger kids camp, which will be middle school camp in this summer. And I'm actually going to be a character. I mean, I love camps. I think it's a great opportunity to connect with young people, to, in my case, to come to know God especially, and to grow up that way. But you would always have at teen camp where you would have to get the kids out of bed. Everyone wanted to stay up late. Everyone wanted to goof off. They didn't want to wake up, but they had to get up because you had to get to the flagpole to raise the flag, to hear announcements, to go to breakfast. So there would be quite often some bunk bed shaking going on at teen camp before breakfast. And there would be some droggy kids going into breakfast, but it's still fond memories of waking up. Well, hey, it is, I'm just kind of looking here. You see me clicking back and forth, and you see I'm trying to figure out things. What I'm going to try and get, hey, if anybody can help me out, I'm trying to use OBS to do this shot right here that you're seeing and do a desktop shot so that I can shoot that over to Facebook. Man, it is very complicated. Just trying to figure it out. Anyways, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm down here. I want to thank you for joining me. I don't know if there's a way to see if anybody has clicked the poll or anything like that. Show results in the video. Okay, is there any results yet? I don't even know how to do this, and there's probably a delay, such a delay that I don't know if I will see it. So I'm going to, I do see it where it says reopen the poll. You guys see, you're getting this test results on whatever I'm doing. I have no idea. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for, please participate. And, in the question of the day, what was that question of the day? How do you wake up in the morning? Well, before I get there, it's actually almost 1 o'clock here on the West Coast. In another hour and 15 minutes. We're going to be doing a Zoom. We're going to be down here live for our Bible study. As Pastor Mark leads us through the book of Acts, man, it's just a great time that we're having with our Bible study. And so if you can't make it with us, or you can't join our Zoom, or you're not seeing it on Facebook or whatever, hey, you know what? Check out a Bible believing church near you. Be a part of their Bible study or their growth group or their cell group or their small group, whatever they call it. Be a part of it. And hey, maybe look around. Maybe someone's sleeping in Bible study. They might need a wake up call. Good morning, Bible study. I don't know. Check it out. See what you see and be a part of it and enjoy it. So, what are your wake up stories? Be sure and leave them in the comments, both here on Facebook, on YouTube. Remember, that was what? Brent Miller, what's on his mind? Go ahead and leave the comments there and here and share it with your friends. Get them involved in, because I go back and I look to see, what's being said for two reasons. I have to go back and think, well, what did I even talk about? And see, that way I can join in the conversation too, right along with you. Thanks for watching. I do look forward to seeing every one of you next week on Hello Again Wednesday.